Well, like I said, I had so many wonderful cars, but this car was one I vowed when I got it, and I've always loved it. And I didn't want, it was going to be a car. In fact, I thought maybe I can go and be buried in it or something.
Near lane, Tom McEwen, and they're off the line, and Prudhomme smokes the tires. McEwen pulling ahead, and it is Tom McEwen with the upset of the race. The crew just going berserk. Tom McEwen's crew members very, very happy, as Tom himself.
When we started, the first drag racing cars were just cars where they take the fenders off and, you know, lighter wheels and do things like that. But later they became very sophisticated. I mean, it costs now probably $3 million a year to campaign a car, one of the full-on dragsters. But there's not, and it's so expensive that it's knocked the kids out, because we used to buy an old car. The first car I had was a 32 Ford, which is known as a Deuce. You guys might not have heard of it in that terms because it's age difference, but they're famous cars and people want those. And that was a Roadster, and then they moved on through, I don't know, I had like I said to you, XKE I bought, but that was later in the deal. I've had 57 Chevy Nomad, which is, people that are listening to this that are car guys, they're gonna go, oh yeah, they know that car. It's real famous. It was during the time when the big fins were on the back. And that was the ultimate one. I just sold one, in fact, two weeks ago. When I saw the pictures and material about this car, I thought, God, that's the most beautiful car I've ever seen. But there wasn't much. There were just articles coming up in the Hot Rod magazine, those kind of things. And I went to Munich, and I went to a manufacturer, and I got the tour. The guy that was guiding the tour was from London, an Englishman. And then I tried to get information from him because there wasn't that much, because I was wondering whether I wanted to buy it. And he said, well, I can't, I'd lose my job if I told you. But I got him aside, and we got to be little buddies there a little bit, and he started telling me about the car, and I thought, okay, I want one of those. But in Munich, besides having good beer, they build beautiful cars, and so I had made my mind up there I was going to come back and get one. I bought this car in 1990, the last day of 1990. There's a tax reason for that, but it's, of all the cars I've had, and I've had race cars, I've had airplanes, I've had helicopters, of all the vehicles I've had, this is my favorite car. And I just have to give it up due to a health problem that I have. I've got people as experienced as you, an expert, and I'm glad to have you helping me, because this is a unique car. It's a beautiful car, and there's nothing wrong with it, and it's all there, and that's what we're trying to do. And this car, it's one of those things, it's a reasonably heavy car. I think it weighs 4,100 pounds. So it's not a drag racing car, and that's not what I wanted. I wanted a street car. I wanted a driver, and I wanted one that was safe and smooth. And so off of the line, when you first accelerate, it's got good acceleration, but it doesn't quit. You go and it accelerates up to, I think the limit of the chips is 155 on the original. early on in drag racing, it was somewhat dangerous. There's people, and about the time a fifth person that I knew got killed, I decided I wanted to do something exciting, but not dangerous. And so I learned to fly, and through the years, I ended up flying fixed wing first, small airplanes, and then got into bigger airplanes. I've got a little bit of jet time, but most of my thing is turboprop time. I mean, airplanes are 300 knots and 30,000 feet. I mean, they're significant airplanes. But an airplane, if you're flying along, if you set it up and trim it out, it'll just fly. But helicopters, you don't know which way they're going to go if you don't do it right. And by the time, and airplanes require airspeed to get over the wing for the lift, Bernoulli's effect, they call it. But the helicopter, by that time, and I went down, I realized not only could you go zero, you can back up, you know. I was enamored with them, so I ended up buying, I've had 3 helicopters in my life.